Okay, what day? It is Tuesday. So, stuff that happened. Let's work backwards. TA. Nothing. Okay, TV production. So, we finally finished, that rotation. So now we can go back to working what we were already working on. So yeah. Nothing much changed there. Now, U.S. history, we're talking about the Cold War. And English. We have, okay, so our assignment for next time is to compare Great Gatsby to two poems, which, yeah, that wasn't exactly gonna help my opinion of English class. I mean, you don't need to just tell everyone, this is what you need to learn about this poem and its relation to this work that were made in the same time. Just let people make their own fucking inferences. It's not something that A, you need to be tested on, or B, really applies to anything but a personal level, unless you're going with larger social influences, which, again, is more of a history thing than a real literature thing. So, yeah, not exactly gonna be elated to do that, but I still have to. I really don't understand why English is a required class. I mean, once you get done with actually, learning the English language, grammar and that shit, it's not English, it's literature comprehension. Yeah. Anyway, what am I doing today? That's a fair question, actually. I need to check my to-do list, so I will go do that. Turned out to be a grand total of not much. So let's do another voice acting thing, because honestly I like to do them. So now, what is this? This is practice from Macbeth. Okay. Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me... Marshalst? That's not a word we use anymore. The way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made, the fools owe the other senses, or else, worth all the rest, I see thee still, and on thy blade and that has to be a misspelling. Dungeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half-world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse thy curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howl his watch thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk for fear. Thy very stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Walls I'll threat he lives, words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done, the bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or hell. Well, that was fun. Taken completely out of context, because Macbeth's one of the ones we don't read in English class, which... yeah. Oh. Don't got much else to do. So... I'm gonna think of things to do. Okay, so I now thought of something to do. So, as I've said probably 4 or 5 times before, I am a DM. I also play strictly online because, well, I don't exactly have many friends. Like, definitely not enough to get a group together in person. Not to mention, more confident over internet connection, because too horribly introverted. So, I am going to pretty much practice voices that I do for the different NPCs in the game, pretty much. Because, well, honestly, so I can have a version of me on that's recorded, so I can, at the very least, always know what it's supposed to sound like. That's, like, pretty much the majority of why I'm doing this. Okay, so first, John the Accountant. My life doesn't really have much meaning. It's why I've drowned my sorrows in alcohol for over a month now. Woo. Go anarchy. Next is, Strontius. Now, he's the necromancer I talked about a long time ago.
But anyway, as I was talking about skeletons, they are the wave of the future, even though they are long dead and typically from the past.
That never, ever, ever does good things to your voice. This next guy is, One Hand Willie. Come on, boss. I mean, look at him. Look at him. They're not gonna help us. They're not. The traitors. I know it. I know it, boss. He works for the mafia. Well, a mafia. And he got his hand cut off by his, boss because he was mean to the party, who also happened to be part of that gang. This guy is, his name's Aaron. And he was given the Two-Face treatment by the party. Yeah, they're not exactly the nicest of fellows. You guys, you dare show your face around here again? Look at what you've done to me! I swear, you get any closer and I'll fucking tear your eyes out. That's always fun to do. Antonio Durnham. Well, I suppose you've done what I've asked of you, huh? Very good. Now, I'm pretty sure I promised you a helmet, right? Well, I think I've got something that'll just suit you fine. And you, Willie, you said our friends would betray us, didn't you? I think I'm gonna have you go away for a while. You know, just to learn some respect for our very, very gracious friends who, I might remind you, saved your life. I'm sorry about that. Okay, this guy's name is Brunio. He's a dwarven monk. Huh. Well then, I suppose I did offer to teach you, didn't I? Well, I suppose the first thing you should know is if you're gonna learn the way of Earth, you must become as strong as Earth. I was gonna say rock there. I don't know why I stopped myself. Makes more sense. This guy is Kenneth, and I think this is the one we're gonna end off on. Oh, what you doing here, you jackasses? I thought I told you to get the hell out of my bar. Look, how about this? I have something that I need to get taken care of, and pay 100 gold each. Sound fair? Good, now get the fuck out of here. Oh, Jesus. Those people. Always messing up everything that comes near them. Don't want to be associated with them, you know? Okay, so that, in an approximation of an Irish accent that varies from pretty damn close to sometimes unbearable, even to me. So, yeah. Those were some voices that I hope sound a lot more distinct than they do when I'm saying them, because they all sound really, really close together, at least in my mind, but that might just be because of how I perceive my voice versus how it is actually perceived. So, yeah. Okay, so just got back from fencing. I'm gonna end the video here, so buttons, and I will see you tomorrow.